Hey y'all, welcome back to Summertime Tarot. If you're new to the channel, my name is Summer and this here is a May reading for Sun, Moon, Rising sign Capricorn. Alright. Excuse me. As a reminder, these are general readings, so they may not resonate with everyone. If it doesn't resonate, be sure to check out the readings for your moon and your rising sign. Also, if you're interested in booking a personal reading, be sure to check the description box below for the link to summertimetarot.com to book that. Alright, but let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so just give me one moment. I'm going to get all the cards out here, then we're going to get to your reading. Okay. So this is kind of reminding me a bit of the Gemini reading. So if you have Gemini in your chart or someone close to you is a Gemini, consider checking that out. You know what I'm saying? But so for your blessing for the month, we have turmoil. So it seems like you may have been going through a bit of a rough patch recently, but it looks like things are beginning to turn around for you here. Right? But I feel like with the turmoil showing up, it may take some work and some effort on your end. Right, because with insightful revelation showing up as your challenge for the month, I feel like, right, especially since we're coming out of this here full moon or the pink moon, I feel like May could be like an emotional time for you here, and especially with this acceptance showing up right beside it, I feel like it's going to be important for you to kind of accept your feelings, accept what it is that you're experiencing or feeling, and to take the wisdom from that. Right, we have wisdom here, right? Because I feel like with turmoil as the blessing for the month, right, like I was saying, it's going to be a good deal of work, a little bit of effort on your part. I feel like it's mostly connected to your relationships here, almost like a transformative energy here where you're moving away from like past hurts and pains and struggles. And I feel like it's going to be important on your end that you kind of accept how things were, and accept that moving forward things are going to change, but you're going to have to like let some things go. Okay, but let's go ahead and clarify this turmoil here. Yeah, we have the World showing up here. Yeah, and the Fool right after that. Yeah. So, yeah. I feel like, okay, what came to my mind was what goes around comes around. So if you're like worried about maybe how someone treated you in the past or whatever, like, you know, karma's real, you know what I'm saying? So there's no need to kind of excuse me. And it may not be that you're worried about how someone treated you. It could be you're worried about how something happened or what went down. And it's like you can't change the past. You can only move forward. And I feel like if you're trying to kind of change the past or what have you, is going to bring in more like turmoil and struggle and strife for you. So like it's a need to kind of let go of certain things. And I feel like there may be fear, with the devil here. Fear showing up as to why it may be hard for you to let certain things go, because you may be like, you don't know what's next or what's going to happen, and that may be kind of making it hard for you to kind of take that leap and to move forward freely. Yeah, because I feel like there may be a struggle here about where you are currently in your life, what's going on, what's happening, right? Almost like what's coming to my mind is like your rank or your station. So basically, like what it is that you're doing with your life. You may be feeling like you should be doing more, or you should have accomplished more. So there may be like, you may be beating yourself up basically, and it's time for you to just accept who you are and where you are, the things that have happened thus far, and to stop kind of fighting against the past, but to allow yourself to move forward more freely, without like holding on to like the baggage of the past, right? And I understand it's easier said than done, but I feel like there is this desire here to be free of certain things, and the only thing that's kind of holding you back is yourself, is your own kind of, I feel like, limiting beliefs about yourself or ideas about, what should be going on or what have you, okay? Yeah, but I feel like there's an opportunity here. There's an opportunity for you to move forward, but it's all about whether or not you're going to take it. And I feel like with this eight of cups here and this 9 of pentacles, it may not look the way that you want it to look, or it may not be exactly how you want it to be, right? Does that make sense? Like, this opportunity or this new beginning may not be exactly what you'd expected or exactly what you wanted. And I feel like it's time to kind of put your expectations to the side and be open to like a new reality, one that may not feel or look like you thought it would or like you hoped it would. Not to say to like lower your standards or anything, but to just be open, right, to things moving and changing and transforming, right? It may not happen immediately, right? The things you want may not happen immediately. They may take some work, it may take some time, it may take some effort, and it may not, come into your life looking how you expected it to look, right? This opportunity that I'm talking about here, to kind of be free to move forward, right? It's almost like a like like a cliffhanger, like how movies end and you're like, that's the end, right? Like, how, like, what? I know they're not just gonna end it like that. I feel like that's where you may be here. Like, this isn't, what I thought it would be, right? This isn't what I thought would happen after this, or this isn't what I expected. And it's like, just because it doesn't feel the way you hoped it would, or it doesn't look the way you hoped it would, doesn't mean that this isn't a good opportunity for you. Hopefully I'm making sense. But let's go ahead and clarify the insightful revelations here for your challenge for the month. Yeah, I feel like It's time to get like focused here. Because I feel like your feelings may be getting in the way, and you may be being a bit stubborn here when it comes to certain things. I feel like mostly when it comes to moving forward, in whatever direction it is you wish to move forward, right? And you may be kind of like slipping up and kind of falling back into old patterns here. And I feel like, it's not about like beating yourself up or blaming yourself or even blaming someone else. It's like about seeing it, right, and accepting it and like moving forward, right? If you look at this Seven of Swords, right, you see the lion. It's like he's looking at the monkey, and he knows, like he can see the monkey's reflection, right? But the monkey's trying to convince him that he's not a monkey with this mask. But the lion is like, oh, I see you. But it's like needing to kind of be aware of, right, these feelings, these emotions, these patterns that may kind of get in the way of you moving forward, to accept them, but also to like not kind of lash out, be it on yourself or others, for either not picking up on it before or letting it slide for too long. It's like just accepting it, seeing it for what it is, and kind of allowing yourself to move forward without holding yourself back, right? It's like a need to hold yourself accountable and to hold others accountable, but to not like block yourself because of shame or guilt or anger, right? Because once you kind of fall into those kind of quote unquote negative feelings or emotions, right, it kind of slows you down. It makes it hard for you to move forward. Okay, but let's clarify the acceptance here. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like it's going to be important for you in the month of May to like not get caught up in the hullabaloo. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Like for some folks, I feel like it may be, toxic here. Toxic relationships, toxic behaviors, toxic patterns within yourself and within, your relationships with other people. That may be making it hard for you to move forward. But I feel like here, there's this awareness of it. But you may not be wanting to make the necessary changes within yourself, right? You could be focusing a lot of your attention on the environment, on on other people, your situation. But I feel like it's important that you kind of look inward to see what you hear, right? With the devil showing up, what you're connecting yourself to, what you're tied to, and how it may be limiting you in some way, shape, or form, right? Because I feel like there's a desire to move forward in a new direction towards something that is more fitting of you, right? One filled with prosperity and abundance and all these good things, love and happiness. But it's like needing to hold yourself accountable, but also to love on yourself, to accept yourself, right? And also others, however it resonates. If you feel like, there may be somebody in your life who just, maybe the devil or something, you know what I mean? But it's like, Accept the things that you cannot change. You feel what I'm saying? And put your energy and focus into the things that you can. Right? But I feel like the things that you need to be focusing on right now is yourself, right? Changing yourself, improving yourself, letting go of these negative or limiting behaviors and beliefs and ideas about yourself and about your life, about your past circumstances or experiences, right? And not allowing them to kind of hold you captive in a reality or a life that just may not be what it is that you want, right? Because if you want something new, you're going to have to do something new. You're going to have to behave differently. You're going to have to think differently. You're going to have to act differently. And I feel like what's holding you back is the belief that you can't. Right? You've kind of grown attached to who you are or life as it is. And you may be unwilling to make the necessary changes. Be it due to fear or insecurity. Or feeling like, it's not your job to do this, that, or the third. But it kind of is. So let's go ahead and clarify this Lawana. And then we're going to see what your spiritual team wants you to focus on. Yeah. I feel like it's like time for you to just kind of step out. And I feel like you may be afraid of like moving in a new way, doing different things. So it looks like here with this Ten of Pentacles, there may be a need for like some family healing here. Yeah. It's like, it's time for you to kind of step up here. Right? You may have been taking a back seat or like wanting to, I feel almost like wanting to change people or wanting to it's just almost like I hate to say it, but almost like entitlement, like wanting the other people to kind of step up and to change and to do this or to do that. And it's like time for you to do that, to do what it is you expect or think others should be doing. Right? You may be holding on to a lot of anger or grief about like past sadness here with this Five of Cups, about what's happened in the past, and you may not be talking about it, or it may be coming out in the worst ways, and it's kind of time for you to like, I feel, realize that you can't change anyone. You can only like be you. You can only do so much as a human, as a person. And it's like time to kind of accept people as they are, accept the situations as they are, and if it can be changed, then to change it. But don't try to like force your will or force your hand or to force anyone to kind of be anything that they're not, because I feel like that's kind of what the cycle may be, where you kind of either you have expectations of how you see things going and they don't go that way, and then you kind of get upset when it doesn't happen the way that you want it to, and then it's kind of like, goes around and it goes around, and it's time for you to kind of get off of that merry-go-round and to kind of move forward, right? If you want something different, you're going to like I was saying, you're going to have to do something a little bit different. You're going to have to let go of, the anger, the disappointment, the sadness, the grief that you may be holding on to, be it, consciously or unconsciously, and just allow things to be as they are, and to trust that, given the energy and effort that you put into anything, right, it's going to change. It's just about like doing what it is you need to do in order to make it change for the better. And I feel like for you, what you need to do is almost like take a step back, to not kind of try and force your will, or to be so stubborn, or unmoving, unchanging, right? You may be wanting other people in the situation to change, but you may not be taking a look at yourself and how you may be keeping the situation as it is. You feel what I'm saying? I feel like, there may be a need for more communication, or healthier communication. I feel like here with the Seven of Pentacles, some of you could be worried about the health of, certain family members that may be weighing on you. It could even be, the other way around. And you may not be talking about it. And I feel like, it may be time for you to kind of get clear about how you're feeling and what's going on with you, so that you can express it better, okay? But let's go ahead and see what your spiritual team wants you to focus on for the month of May. Now, I'm sorry that I'm sniffling, but like, man, this pollen is something else. Woo. Yeah, and it may be time for you to kind of like apologize here, or just to be more apologetic, so to speak. Like, if you did something wrong in the past, it may be just, time for you to wear your heart on your sleeve and kind of fess up to how you're feeling or what's going on with you. Express those feels here. But first, in order to express them, you have to look at them. You know what I'm saying? All right. Look at that. We got the Ace of Swords again. Yeah. So yeah, I feel like you may be idling here. Is that the right word? Yeah. When it comes to certain things, right? When it comes to your own kind of growth, your abundance, your prosperity, your health even. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of like stubbornness here. And you may like make a change and then kind of go back and, make a change and go back. And it's like, yeah, like just needing to hold yourself accountable for how you're showing up in your day-to-day life, but also for yourself and for others. You know what I'm saying? Are you, if you say or you want to be focused on growth and abundance and prosperity and health and healing, or what, fill in the blank, you're going to have to like do it every day. You're going to have to, hold yourself accountable to make the changes, to keep moving forward, right? Even when you slip up. And I feel like, it's giving me the vibes of like, you may slip up and then you kind of beat yourself up and then you kind of give up, and it's like, all right, you know what? I kind of throw in the towel. And then you may, take a break and then come back and pick it back up. And it's like, be aware of those tendencies, those patterns, and see how you can get ahead of it. You feel what I'm saying? What kind of causes you to fall off the horse, so to speak? Is it something you're doing? Is it your environment? If so, what can you move around? What can you shift in order to prepare yourself and to prevent this falling off the horse from happening? Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. But let's see if the ancestors have anything they'd like to add, and then we're going to pull one final card for some guidance here. Yeah, you may be wanting to like very much do a lot for others, but I feel like it's important that you make sure that you're doing the same for yourself, right? And not wearing yourself out too much. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So what I'm getting from this is, the ancestors are basically saying, right, with this, spirit is listening, spirit is present, ask the right questions, avoiding bigger issues to address small ones. So I feel like here, your focus may be off. Like, I feel like this is kind of what I was saying earlier, where it's like you may be focusing a lot of your attention outward on like other people around you or your environment or your situation, and it's like certain things are out of your control. But I feel like you may be focusing your attention on that because you may be kind of afraid of like doing what's necessary, doing the necessary work to kind of get what's within your control under control. Does that make sense? Right? To get yourself, to get your habits, to get your beliefs, your thoughts under control. And you may be kind of focusing a lot of your attention on the past or, what has transpired. And it's kind of time for you to kind of let that go, right? The past is the past, right? The only thing that you can do going forward is to take the wisdom from the past and to put it to good use in the present and in the future. So here with the bookman, it says voodoo priest, leader of the Haitian Revolution, victory, triumph, spiritual warfare, major change, wise, peacemaker. Yeah. I feel like here, like you may be kind of defensive and stubborn and wanting to kind of, shift and change people or situations, and it's kind of time for you to learn here how to work with people, how to work with what's already going on, what's already happening, rather than trying so hard to change it, right? Especially if it's out of your control, right? But learning how to work with it to make it do what it do. right? Because I feel like that's what's preventing you from moving forward here. Bottom of the deck, we have initiation, passing of wisdom, receiving one's destiny, respecting taboos, right? I feel like there's a desire here to move forward, but you may be kind of stuck because you're putting too much focus on trying to change the situation rather than accepting it and using the wisdom and the knowledge that you gain from it to move forward. Okay? So I feel like just, focus on what you can do, what you may be doing that's holding you back, preventing you from moving forward. And then taking the necessary action. Okay, but let's get one last card and then we're going to close this out. It's getting dark. Sorry about that. Alright. Is that a little better? Alright. So we have cow. Give with unconditional love and grace. Yeah. But let's read from the book and then we're going to close it out. So cow. It says, when you receive this card, you are asked to tune into the comfortable, motherly, nurturing, and stable aspects of your nature and balance it with the strong protective energy that is part of you. Your guidance is to center yourself and come into balance. Make sure you are grounded at all times. Examine your life and see how you can develop your feminine, giving, caring, and benevolent characteristics in a sensible, stable, and earthed way. Then stand in your power and demonstrate that you can be true to yourself. Recognize that you are truly lovable no matter how others treat you. Know that you are a unique and special being and have compassion for those who have less understanding than you do. Okay? But that's all I have for you, Capricorn. Hopefully this helped you in some way. If it did, be sure to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I truly appreciate you and hope to see you soon. Peace out.